be talking about our top 10 for Copenhagen.
Copenhagen?
Copenhagen is my favorite city. Literally, I want to move there. The people are so cool, and like, I don't know, overall, I was just so infatuated by this city.
Yeah, I don't want to say the exact same thing, but I'm going to. Copenhagen was one of those places where I was like shopping the deals on like cheap airlines, and was like, oh, whatever, I'll go to Denmark. Went to Denmark. Bliss. Like, it was euphoria the entire time I was there.
People are beautiful. Yeah, anyway, so enough, you know what we feel about Copenhagen. Go. Okay, so number 10
is the Tivoli Gardens. This is a huge tourist attraction. Apparently about 4 million people go a year. Denmark has a population of 5.6 million, so that gives you a bit of an idea of how big of a deal that is.
Yes.
It has like rides and like gardens and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a really nice place to go. You should check it out.
It's beautiful for sure.
Yeah.
We posted more information below. Okay, number 9 is really neat. Okay, so it's called Doma Visions. Denmark in general is really known for design and kind of just being super progressive and forward thinking, and I absolutely love that. And this is just the epitome of it. Its purpose is to kind of push people's perspective on sustainability, like what is sustainable architecture, you know?
So cool, actually.
It's so neat, and so it's just this glass dome. I also posted more information about it below. And they use it for a multitude of purposes. Like, there's a cafe in there, but then they also have concerts and random poetry readings and just little conventions and stuff. And it's so cool. We were like, what is that? And I think it's portable too, so I can't even tell you where it is at this moment. But about a year ago,
that's crazy.
It was on the bank. Yeah, so super sweet. Wow. But anyways.
Okay, number 8 is, please don't hate me for my pronunciation, but it is the Amalienborg Castle. Amalienborg. Alright, so there are several castles in Copenhagen, and like when I went there, I wasn't really aware of what I was going to be doing while I was there. Kind of just ran into some places. This is one of them. It was built in 1750. Absolutely beautiful.
It's the current residence of the royal family. Oh. And it's very different than London. So you go to Buckingham Palace and it's very like, I don't know, royal, whatever. When I went on the free tour, they told me that sometimes you can just see the royal family walking in and out, like just chill, you know? Because obviously Denmark's a much smaller country and whatnot. Also, fun fact, apparently their queen is baller. Like, she's just super cool. She rewrote Lord of the Rings in Danish for the people. Like, that's so cool. Yeah, right? So take the free tour too. It's amazing. They'll walk you through some sites that are really important that we didn't have room to fit on the list.
So.
Okay, so number 7, another butcher of pronunciation.
Trollget.
We tried to Google Translate it, and it's just like,
it's funny. You should
try it. So anyways, it means shopping mile. So you guessed it, it's a shopping mile.
Yeah.
And yes, Copenhagen's a very expensive city.
Yeah, it's super expensive.
So maybe don't shop, but it's, you know, worth a little
You know what? I actually really enjoy just like poking in and out of their shops. Like, they are a really design-oriented city, and so that translates into things that you can buy, right? So there's just a lot of nice things to check out, and I think I spent about a day like just walking around city center, which has this included, and it's a nice thing to do. It's a good way to spend your time. So
right, yes,
check it.
Number 6 is along this mile, I believe, maybe a little bit farther. It's another butcher of pronunciation, Blomsterberg Boutique. Okay, to be fair, Danish is like the hardest language to learn. Okay, maybe Hungarian's pretty bad too, but it's very difficult.
Like, is that qualified? The word?
That's my
okay,
hypothesis.
I get it.
Anyways, so this is a cake shop. It's not very touristy, like maybe it is, but I don't know, I went, had a great piece of cake, and I recommend you do it as well.
I feel like that's just an example of like how like my trip, especially in Copenhagen, was like, it was just so chill. Like it was one of those times where you just like walk around, get a cake, go for a bike ride, live your life.
Okay,
you know?
Absolutely, yeah. But here's number 5.
Christianborg Palace. Big palace again. Nice place to check out. You can go inside. There's really hot guards. So, I mean,
it's free to go up. There's an elevator that takes you up.
Yes, and a view of Sweden.
Yeah, you can actually see Sweden from Copenhagen, which is so cool.
So something I did when I was in Copenhagen was take the train, which goes just from Denmark to Sweden, and you can go to Malmo. You can like go farther in Sweden if you want, but I just went for a day trip, and it was beautiful. I got to see another country. I mean, one city, and I guess like Sweden doesn't really consider Malmo Swedish just because it's so close to Denmark. Yeah. But Denmark doesn't consider it Danish, so it's a little bit lost. But it's awesome.
Cool thing to do.
To check out.
Number 4 is the Royal Library. It is another really good example of Danish design.
Very modern.
Very neat. Yeah, it's just like, I think they call it the Black Diamond because it just looks like a chunky black diamond. It's super sweet. It's cool to check out, and it's also the university library. And just a little disclaimer, like, we will be talking a lot about how beautiful Danish people are, so like if you're our age, just go study and check out people. They were a little creepy, but moving on, number 3.
Number 3 is Rosenborg Palace. So there are quite a few palaces on this list, but like I said, like rent a bike, go for a bike, you can see all these different places. They're just nice. They're historical, they're good architecture, beautiful architecture, and a part of Copenhagen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
this one was built in 1606, and it's super beautiful. I personally didn't go inside because I'm broke.
I did actually. It was nice.
Yeah, Brenna said it was great, and it's like the gardens are lovely, so definitely go to that. Mm-hmm. Number 2.
Favorite.
So cool.
Yeah.
Go.
Christiania. So this is a part, it's like a neighborhood, I guess, in Denmark that is, well, in Copenhagen, that is like self-proclaimed. They're kind of autonomous.
Yeah.
They're just hippies. Like, you go there and it's just like everyone's relaxed.
Yeah, there's a sign that says you are now leaving the EU. Weird. Yeah. And I think the way that it was explained to me, it's just kind of a understood agreement that they do their own thing, they're chill, and the Copenhagen police and whatnot only intervene when it's really, really necessary, and they essentially don't, and people live their whole lives there, and they just, you know, peace, love, and daisy chains.
Yeah, there's nice graffiti.
Graffiti.
Honestly, just go for a walk around, like, it's funny.
Yeah, it's
cool.
so different, it's absolutely...
Get a hot chocolate.
It's so cool. Okay, and now number 1. Which is so incredibly touristy, but you have to do it.
Oh, it's like one of my favorite places.
Oh my god, it's called the New Haven Harbor, and it is Copenhagen.
If you Google Copenhagen, this will come up.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It's just like the harbor, obviously, with the different color houses and buildings, and it's really cool.
Yeah, things here are expensive, which is known because it's the most touristy place in Copenhagen, but you can get some free photos and they will turn out beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say, but other than that, it's amazing.
Yeah, so that's why it's number 1. Anyway, those are our Copenhagen top 10.
Top 10.
We hope you have a great trip, and if you do go and have more suggestions for us, let us
know. Add to our list.
Comment, questions,
anything.
feedback. We want to hear from you.
Bye!